In this video, I will show you how to explain death to a child through books. Children's books about death is one of those most unfortunate reads that may help explaining death and how to deal with and perceive death and dying to our young kids. Whether it's death with a family pet or the passing of a parent, grandparent, or other loved family member, we have come up with a productive way to explain the process and how it affects those left behind in some practical ways that most people use purely by means of religious or spiritual systems. However, I found some great books to explain this topic even without those angles. Simply check out the books in this video and they will give you some insight on how these authors guide us to talking with our children on this very serious subject. The first book is The Invisible String. It's written by Patrice Karst, and it's one of those best-selling books that it just has to be read to really be appreciated. I love the angle that she uses to explain how our loved ones are all connected by a string that no one can see, no matter where they are. This book is not only on death, but also on separation anxiety and other things that happens when we get separated from our loved ones, especially as kids. And it delicately explains that we'll always be with one another in both mind and spirit. Now, the second book is called I Miss You, A First Look at Death, which is written by a psychotherapist by the name of Pat Thomas. Now, he understands children so well in their behavior, as he does in his career, and in this book he teaches young children around preschool and kindergarten age range about their feelings and how to deal with the normal process of grief and sadness. It's a book to look at if you want to look at death and explain death in a feelings and emotion type of way and how to deal with those feelings and emotions. The third book is God Gave Us Heaven, and it's by Lisa Barron, and she uses a parent and baby cub that is wondering about what's up in that beautiful sky above and everything about heaven. It speaks of how wonderful a place it is and how one day everyone goes there and how we get there. This is again another lovely and a delicate book to read to youngsters for the understanding of death. The fourth book I recommend is Lifetimes, The Beautiful Way to Explain Death to Children. It's written by Byron Melanie. Not only has he have amazing pictures and illustrations, but it can be read and enjoyed by children of all ages as well as adults. This book talks about the circle of life, so to say, from all forms of life, from flowers to animals to human beings. And the fifth and highly recommended book is Where Are You? A Child's Book About Loss. It's written by Laura Allevery. It is a great illustrated book which uses a young boy who loses his father and exactly how he copes and deals with that. He starts to understand that his dad will always be with him in his heart and in his memories, and how he'll cherish those times forever. Now, this book would be best for children around the 6 to 11-year-old range. If you'd like to see a list on more books on children's books about death and how to explain death to a child, then click the link below or go to the website www.bestchildrensbooksreviews.com, and then you'll be well equipped with explaining this very hard issue.